That is so good, wow.
These new healthy breakfast recipes have been my recent obsession, and they really truly are hormone balancing, very supportive to hormone health. We're gonna start off with this Hormone Harmony smoothie, which is 1 cup of mixed frozen berries, 1 frozen banana, and then our secret ingredient, which is 1 beet. I added also a splash of MCT oil, 1/2 cup of your preferred milk. I'm using whole milk for calcium, and a little scoop of protein powder. But the beet is super nourishing to the liver and really helps to support bile flow. And that's really important because bile, I added a little bit of coconut water powder in there too. You can add a splash of coconut water if you wish. So the beet in the smoothie is really supportive to bile flow, and bile is what actually carries estrogen out of the body via fiber. So we want to make enough bile and we want to get enough fiber, as this directly supports our hormonal health and harmony. So this is actually great to have right before your period and then during your period. So when it comes to like moodiness before periods, breast tenderness, really clotty periods, hormonal acne, anything like that, that is signs that our liver needs some love. So making sure that you get in a beet is so incredibly nourishing to the liver and can really make a huge difference in our hormonal health as we support the liver to do its job in clearing out hormones. The liver conjugates the bile, and that is gonna hold on to those toxins, excess estrogen, and then we clear it out through the fiber, which is why even the berries have a ton of fiber as well. The fiber binds onto the bile and clears it out of the body. I'm telling you, this is a liver-loving smoothie, and this is a delicious smoothie, but if you're really, really sensitive and you don't wanna taste beet, even a hint of beet, do 1/2 of a beet and keep everything else in the recipe the same. And last but not least, our liver really needs amino acids for the liver to actually be able to perform detoxification. So for our detoxification pathways to run, it requires amino acids. So the protein in this smoothie, the amino acids in this smoothie are really gonna also support the liver in making sure that the liver has everything that it needs to perform detoxification. So we not only need fiber in our diet to bind to bile in order to clear it out of the body, but we also need it to feed and nourish the good bacteria in our gut. Think of it like fertilizer for your gut. So these crepes are so good and so high in fiber. You're gonna start with a tablespoon of psyllium husk, a teaspoon or more if you like it super sweet. If you want it just really sweet, definitely put like a couple teaspoons of the coconut sugar in there. But I'm just doing 1 teaspoon because I didn't want it super sweet. And then 3 tablespoons of coconut flour and 3 eggs. And then I'm gonna add in some really, really hot water. I let it boil and then brought it down for a second just so it doesn't cook the eggs. And then we're gonna add that in there. It really helps to kind of activate the psyllium husk, and we're gonna whisk it up. And I just heated up some coconut oil, and it is definitely, you can tell it's high in fiber because it's a bit hard to spread, but spread it out the best that you can, and then we're gonna fry that up for just a few minutes on each side until it gets to a nice golden color. And I'm gonna mix up some skyr yogurt. This is really high protein rich yogurt, makes it so easy to get enough protein, and protein is actually what builds our hormones. Protein is a building block. So I'm gonna add in this skyr yogurt with a little bit of maple syrup to sweeten it up, some strawberries for even more fiber and deliciousness, and that is your gut-loving, nourishing breakfast crepe. So good, and if I do say so myself, so beautiful. It's so important that we have enough fiber every single day. Otherwise, our bile will get recirculated back if there's not enough fiber to bind to it and pull it out of the body. And then it really can burden the liver, and our bile can become really sludgy, and it just becomes like, it becomes not a smooth flowing river, if you will. We want a nice smooth flowing river of bile, and that happens when we have enough fiber to bind that bile. So this is my hyperfixation meal, and I just might change your life if you've never done this with your cereal before. So I'm measuring out about 3/4 of a cup of milk. I'm doing whole milk, again, for calcium. Cinnamon is great for supporting healthy blood sugar regulation. And then a couple scoops of collagen. The glycine in the collagen not only helps to really rebuild our gut wall barrier and just help with the integrity of our gut, but it also is going to add in protein. So this is such a sneaky, fun way to add in extra protein into your cereal. And then I had the bright idea of adding in a date to make it even more sweet and add more fiber. And that was a great idea. I love this coconut cereal too. It is so high in fiber. The ingredients are amazing. And basically what I do is I layer that with berries, and then I put another little layer, and then another layer of berries, and then some coconut flakes, even more coconut, and then pour that protein-rich milk over the top. It is so good. It really is my hyperfixation right now. This cereal is high in protein, fiber, and healthy fats, and all of those antioxidants from the berries. I mean, this is so supportive to hormonal health. Blending the date and the cinnamon into the milk, and it adds even more fiber, and it makes it taste like a dessert. Okay, so this is what you're gonna do the next time that your protein pancake turns into a protein scramble instead. Never fear, this recipe is here because this is what happened to me because I forgot to put my non-stick, a little bit of coconut oil down. I totally forgot to do that. Watch me save the day. You're gonna use 1 egg, 1 banana, and 1 scoop of protein powder. I love the Equip protein for grass-fed, just very bioavailable protein. And you're gonna make it into a pancake, but you're not, because your pancake's not gonna flip like mine because I forgot to put down my non-stick. And you're gonna scramble it up. You're gonna save the day because this literally, I'm not gonna lie, tastes better than the pancake to me. It's a little parfait. I know it's not a parfait because there's no yogurt, but it looks like a parfait, So instead of getting sad that your pancake is ruined, like I just did, you save it and make a little protein pancake parfait. I like it better than a pancake. A recipe born. Mine was salted caramel flavored too. And that just really took it to the next level. We have our overnight oats, and oats contain beta-glucans, which act as prebiotic fibers, again, like fertilizer for the good flora in your gut. So these are fantastic, and soaking them reduces the phytic acid, which can really hinder our absorption of minerals. Overnight oats really are amazing. We're gonna do 1/2 cup of oats and 3/4 cup of milk. If you want it to be a bit thicker, just do 1/2 cup of milk. And then we have a tablespoon of maple syrup, a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla, and we have 1 tablespoon of chia seeds, and I'm adding a couple scoops of collagen for that extra protein and blood sugar balancing goodness. This is my secret ingredient, a little sprinkle of the chocolate element. So unbelievably delicious. I cannot explain how fantastic that little bit of chocolate is. And for some extra fiber, I'm grating up about 1/2 of an apple and adding that in to our overnight oat mixture. Good morning from the next day. Little immersion blender action. Yes, it's getting so creamy. They're like really a little bit chocolatey from the LMNT. Our overnight oats. Okay, this really wouldn't be a hormone balancing video without sharing with you my Progesterone Punch, which really packs a punch in aiding with progesterone levels, especially with the potassium and the vitamin C. You're gonna start out with a big full glass of water, probably like 2 cups of water. Then you're gonna add in coconut water powder or coconut water for potassium content, a teaspoon of acerola cherry for vitamin C, shown to really help boost progesterone levels, and then a splash of cranberry, really good for the vaginal microbiome, a splash of aloe vera, super hydrating and soothing to the gut, and then 1 packet of LMNT. I love the grapefruit flavor, which is gonna get all of your electrolytes to actually aid in that cellular hydration. As you know, I struggled with hormone issues for years. I was literally at around a 1 progesterone level, and now I'm at a 9.6. And I did this through targeted nutrition and really focusing on nourishing my body specifically with minerals. Neurons require potassium to fire, and specifically the neurons in the hypothalamus are what modulate progesterone release. So those neurons require the mineral potassium to fire, And most people are not getting anywhere near 4,700 milligrams of potassium every single day. And for the longest time, for literally years and years and years, I was really eating well. I felt I was doing everything right, if you will. I was eating really nourishing foods, like eating really whole food diet, you know, exercising, low stress, drinking water, all the things. But minerals, and specifically focusing on the mineral potassium and magnesium, really, and sodium, you really can't separate them. But potassium specifically, those neurons require it to fire off. And again, in the hypothalamus, the neurons in the hypothalamus modulate the release of progesterone. And so because I was just so low in progesterone, and really is just affecting my entire, just my hormonal health in general, giving me horribly painful periods, giving me super moody before periods. I mean, it was just wreaking havoc on my hormones, really breaking out really bad on my chin. I had really bad hormonal acne on my chin that would just come every single month. That was so painful. And truly nourishing my body and focusing specifically on simply getting enough potassium every single day is one of the things. And this is the creation that I created that gives you so much potassium. It gives you a ton of vitamin C, which is also super beneficial for progesterone, very important for progesterone production as well. And you just really get everything that you need in here. And I literally, the flavor is unmatched. It is just absolutely the best. And I'm telling you, one of the easiest ways that you can truly change your health, honestly, is getting enough minerals, getting enough electrolytes. My favorite way to do that also is just rip open a packet of LMNT, because it gives you not only the potassium, but the sodium and the magnesium, allowing for true cellular hydration, allowing for your cells to truly receive all that nourishment, because you need all of them. They don't work in isolation, they work together, which is why you need them all. Literally my favorite drink ever. I am addicted to it. I make it every single day. And if you want to make it too, you can go to drinklmnt.com/Cambria, and you're going to get a free sample pack with your purchase, and you'll get to try out all the different flavors. You can make this with so many different flavors, the raspberry or the watermelon, whatever you want. I love the grapefruit so much. It is my all-time favorite. And that is how you are going to truly nourish your cells, because healthy cells make healthy tissues, make healthy organs, make healthy organ systems, the endocrine system, your progesterone, your estrogen, all of your hormones make a healthy organism. So it really does come down to cellular health. And the best one thing that you can do every single day to nourish your body is to nourish your cells with electrolytes. It might seem simple, but I promise you that if you get enough minerals every single day, day in and day out, again, my favorite way to do that is rip one of these open. Your life, well, my life has completely changed from that. Best tasting hydration drink you're ever gonna have. Like, you're just gonna chug the whole thing. And you can't just skip over hydration, especially at the start of the day. It is the most important thing to do right when you wake up. Our blood is mostly made of water, and it's really important in the morning to get up and put that water, sip on that water. Literally my favorite of all time. Link will be in the description box. And I specifically love this one because LMNT doesn't add anything in there. They don't add any artificial colors, dyes, flavors. So many companies do. And I just love LMNT because they have everything that you need and nothing that you don't. And they actually get the flavor from the grapefruit. I'm telling you, it is literally so good. Restaurant style breakfast in under 10 minutes. Well, I learned from doing this, it's only under 10 minutes if you pre-boil your eggs. But if you pre-boil your eggs, it's definitely like a 5-minute breakfast. So just a heads up, I failed on my 10-minute mission here. But again, if you pre-boil the eggs, you're good to go. You're gonna start out with half a cup of skyr yogurt, and then you're gonna actually grate. I used a zester to grate 1 clove of garlic. Raw garlic's actually really amazing for our microbiome. And we're gonna toast up a little gluten-free sourdough, place that on top of our bread. I love the Cook's brand for gluten-free sourdough. It's amazing. It's actually fermented. It's incredible. I'm gonna use a little bit of this chili oil from Trader Joe's. So good. And some fresh dill and mint. And I am telling you, this is so flavorful, so full of protein, good carbohydrate, just incredible. You are going to love this, and so is your hormones. I will say, if you pre-boil your eggs, it will literally take you, it will be under 10 minutes. But I didn't want to not say that it was a 10-minute recipe, because if you do pre-boil your eggs, it's 10 minutes, right? See, I don't do spicy, but this chili oil is so good. And I feel like with everything else, it's just not spicy to me. It just gives it really good flavor. Oh, that's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. And one of the biggest things that I focused on when it comes to my hormone health that I really changed in this past year is really making sure that I get enough protein at breakfast. The skyr yogurt with the egg combination is the way that I really did that. I feel like this is like a restaurant style meal. I really hope that you enjoyed. If you want to get notified and you want to know when the cookbook is coming out, if you want to be the first to know when it comes out, when it's launching, I'm going to leave a link in the description box. You can pop in your email and then I'll pop you an email and let you know when it is coming out. You know, with my own struggles with hormonal health all these years, I have seen the biggest changes in my life and my body this year after I went back to school to become a practitioner and really put into practice every single thing that really is just the fundamental basics of nutrition, getting enough protein, carbohydrates, fiber, minerals. But honestly, I totally understand how overwhelming it can be sometimes. Like, it is hard enough to get enough potassium. It is hard enough to eat enough fiber. And I totally get that because I've literally been there. And so it's just been such a joy and definitely a labor of love to be able to create something for you that actually is going to help you effortlessly hit your major nutritional pillars every single day in order to really ensure and really promote hormonal harmony within your body so that you are having, like me, I never thought I could even have a pain-free period, that you can not dread that time of the month when it comes, that you can have energy, that you can make enough progesterone and change your fertility. I mean, there's so many different things. It's been a life-changing year for me. So it's been really fun to create something that is just such an amazing resource. So that being said, it's so much more than a cookbook, but I've just been working on it so much. I'll leave a link in the description box for that. You can sign up to be notified. And then I'll also, don't forget, you can go to Drink Element. That's drinklmnt.com/Cambria, and you're gonna get that free sample pack with your order. I'm telling you, electrolytes, and the amount of times that I've heard from so many of you how it's completely changed your life, taken away your migraines. It's really important to hydrate with minerals because that's what allows for proper hydration to even be facilitated and even take place, is when we have sodium and potassium. And even that magnesium is so relaxing, is so important for hormonal health, especially for regulating estrogen and progesterone. We really need magnesium. And I do want to say one more thing. I just want to say I am never going to withhold recipes from you, ever. I am always going to freely share recipes, and I just want to say that. I want to put that out there because I love making recipes. I have made recipes for years, and I am always going to just always share recipes with you. I'm not going to hide anything in the recipe guide, and you will see it is so much more than a recipe guide. It's not just the recipes themselves. You will see when it comes about, but it really is so much more than a recipe guide. And so that's why I want to say that the recipes, I will always share the recipes with you, and you'll see, you'll make sense of everything when it comes out. But happy cooking, happy breakfast time. I love you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.